Hey.
Are we live? Hello, friends. How are we doing, people?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, doing pretty good. Yes.
Nice. How are the people in the chat doing? Have you done anything interesting this week? Whack it in that chat and we will respond to you.
Yeah, let us know what you've been doing, guys.
Yeah, do it. What have you been up to, Tom?
I've just been working, man. Yeah, not much really. Just a few beach trips. Went to the pub last weekend, which was really nice.
Very nice,
yeah.
very nice. Yes, pubs are reopening now.
It's so nice, man. It's so nice, like the fact that everything's reopening again. Like it gets me so hyped for like when church comes back. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
can't wait.
100%.
So hyped for it.
It's gonna be very good. How about yourself, Hannah? What have you been doing?
I mean, well, it was my birthday on Monday and I turned 17, which now means that I am able to drive. So yeah, just kind of been doing a lot of driving, which has been fun.
Very
and
nice.
then just like a lot of college. But yeah. What about you?
What car are you driving?
Just like mum and dad, so it's a Yaris.
It's a Yaris, people.
Oh,
important that we
Esther, Tom, gyms are opening 25th of July. I am so happy about that. Literally, Logan told me the other day, and I didn't believe him, but like, I am so happy that gyms are opening again.
It's gonna be good.
I've missed it so much. Like, second to church, that's the thing I've missed the most.
It's your second home, the gym.
Yeah, exactly. And it's opposite church as well, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Tom repping the underground gym.
That's it, yeah. Underground.
That's it.
What have you been up to, Revs?
What have I been? I've been at work. Work has been flipping crazy. But yeah, it's been all right. And then we had a little bit of gathering on the beach yesterday with some
it was
of the
so
youth
nice.
guys.
Very nice.
Team meeting, which was cool to actually see people.
Yeah, and just
face.
like not just like one-on-one, but
Yeah.
like a group of us. It was
Yeah.
so nice.
Yeah.
That's it. Taking advantage of this under 30 gathering. And we were
That's
well
it,
within,
yeah.
I'll have you know, there were
Six of us.
Six
so,
of us.
you know, we did great.
Yep. Would I be able to bring my two friends when we're back at church? Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Bring them along.
Yeah, it's not church if you can't bring your friends.
Oh,
isn't
yeah,
it? That's what it's all about, like introducing people to Jesus.
100%, 100%, and also us. I wanna meet your friends.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's grow the church. Literally, when the church comes back, we're going to do some mad
It's going to
stuff.
be awesome.
Mad
stuff.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a mad ting, is what.
A
it's
mad
gonna be.
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
The maddest of things.
The maddest of tings. If there
100%.
was a madder ting, it would.
I mean, there isn't
cause
a madder ting.
universal collapse.
Yeah, 100%. Like, there could not be a madder thing than
That's it.
what
definitely
we're
not.
planning when we come back.
100%.
So get prepared.
Get prepared, indeed. I like the little point there as well.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, 100%.
Just trying to, like, express how mad of a ting is going to happen very soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you? I mean, what could you use to describe it? What words are there?
I don't think there are any words. I mean,
There are
like,
no
maybe
words.
the
No, it's
Bible is probably like the best way.
Damn.
Like, in the sense that, like, that's the kind of level of madness that we're talking about, you know?
Damn.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
going to be
that's-
crazy.
Bible's pretty mad.
It
There's
is.
a lot
No,
of
it's a
this.
mad book, like, in the most holy of ways.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's a good mad.
100%.
It's like, that's a mad thing. Not,
Yeah, like Jesus dying on the cross for our sins, like the maddest thing you could possibly probably. Like, God was just like, let's basically do the maddest thing possible.
That's it. There's
Yeah,
not actually a
exactly.
message later. Tom's preaching for us.
Yeah, so that wasn't the message. That was just, yeah.
Oh, that's
Sorry,
really
that was a
good.
bit of a detour, but like, it's just gonna be mad, basically.
100%. I think that we might possibly be opening up a Zoom call.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
don't know. I feel like that sounds quite fun.
I think it might be.
So yeah, we're gonna drop a link in the chat, which you
That
can
we are.
either click or copy.
Yep.
And
Yeah, and we'd love you to join us.
well, you would. You can
100%.
basically join us on the stream today, which would be great.
Indeed, indeed. Now, I'm going to be honest from the outset. We're not 100% certain if we're going to be able to hear you or not. So we'll just roll with that, I think. But we want to see you on this stream anyway. I'm sure the tech
Yeah.
geniuses behind the scenes have figured it out.
Yes.
That's it.
Indeed, indeed.
We can do all things through Christ who strengthens
That's
us.
it.
right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Man's on a preaching
Yeah.
roll today.
Ah,
No, but
Wow.
guys, like, we'd love to have you here. So if you wanna
There
pop
it is.
up on the Zoom call,
That's it. The link has
Yes.
been dropped.
Yeah.
Drophead. There's an E in drophead. Just
Logan says, how about we have a session when we go back to the gym? I'd love to have a session with Logan. I think he'd probably surpass
Logan's
me.
going to massively outperform you.
Honestly, I don't doubt that at all. I'm ready for it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mentally. So.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably at least double the weight.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, like, obviously you're double that. Like, you're you're somewhere.
Yep.
I'm
far
surprisingly bad at gyms. I can't lie.
No, don't listen to him. Josh has gains. Like, if you see how many tables he lifts after, like,
I mean, it's crazy.
yeah, it's something else.
It's a mad thing.
A mad thing.
Yes,
a mad
it is.
thing.
Who are we having join this Zoom call then? If you have
guys.
seen it, click on that link. We want to see your beautiful face.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Indeed.
We would love to see.
Queen.
Logan says I can deadlift 10 double deckers.
As in the chocolate bar? I reckon the chocolate bar.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to beat the chocolate bar, hasn't it?
I can only do 6, so that's good on you, man.
Oh, everybody's saying Logan join. No, Logan, don't be scared.
Logan, you got to join.
Mate.
Do
Yeah.
not be scared.
Logan, man, you join.
chill.
I mean, we've been talking about your gains. You need to come on and show us them
100%.
gains.
Come on, Logan.
Logan. Or anyone else that wants to join. Just literally anyone. Yeah, Esther,
join.
that's it.
Come on,
Come on,
Logan.
Logan.
We
Go
just
on,
want
Logan.
to see your beautiful faces.
That's it. And it is a beautiful. I mean, I don't know whether you've seen Logan's face, but it's like it's like a mad thing.
Yeah, it's a mad thing. So,
Yep.
That's it. That'll be dead. What'll be dead? Oh. Okay. Who do what? We have been telling Logan to join in. Logan, he's gone silent
Revenal
on the
will
chat.
be very, very sad.
I'll be
if you don't
very
join.
sad. I'm already very sad because I can't see you.
Yeah, I mean, come on. We're missing you guys. We'd love to see you. Just jump
100%.
right in.
184.3%.
Every second that passes without somebody on the Zoom call, Revenal sheds 1 tear per second. So
Can't see it on the camera. There's a little puddle forming down here.
Yep.
Dang.
all right.
Okay, I think we might have to. Are we getting? Is someone that we know going to join, or are we moving on?
I think the
No.
time has passed, guys.
Okay, I
So
think
Okay.
it was a great idea.
it was.
Obviously.
Just
It
not
was.
so great
We
in
miss you.
practice.
But
Yeah.
I mean, we can raise the spirits with a little game.
Oh, a game.
Oh, okay.
A game. No way.
Yeah, a
Tell
little.
us about the game.
I'll tell you about the game. I can't remember if it was my job to, but I'll do it anyway.
Hey.
It was. So what we've got is a little game called Would You Rather.
Ooh,
So
I
we've
mean,
got
you all
some
know how to play,
scenarios.
a
right?
classic.
That's it.
Would you rather?
Would you rather? So we've got a bunch of little questionados right here, and we're going to ask each other some of these questions and give our best answers as to what we reckon. We also want you guys to participate in this, so we're going to have someone post these questions in the chat, and you can respond with your answers, and if we get anything funny, we'll do a haha. And basically, also, if you've got a question yourself that you want to know the answer to, or would you rather? Oh, we have Logan.
Logan.
Yes.
Logan finally joined.
He's here.
Respect.
The man is here.
We get to see Logan. I am so excited.
Yeah.
By the way, James is talking to us. We're not just
Talking
getting
to the wall.
phantom voices. I think they're communicating at the moment, and he will appear on the stream in a second.
Logan's doing
But
his
anyway, until that
pre-stream
point, so
interview.
basically while we're asking the questions ourselves, if you've got any would you rather questions you want us to answer, then whack those in the chat and we will do a little seshy sesh.
Yeah, so I guess
Question.
because Logan's late, Logan can join in the game,
Yeah, do.
right?
Yeah, totally.
He could do.
Cool.
100%.
All right,
Oh.
so Maisie's posted.
Maisie's, would you rather go a year without cutting your nails or a year without washing your hair?
Oh, that's such a hard one.
I think I mean, I don't have much hair to wash,
That's a good point.
That's true.
but it depends, because if you count all your hair, it's very difficult to wash your body without actually washing the hairs on your body. So
Good point.
I'm guessing that means not wash at all.
No, but I feel like when she said hair, she didn't mean like body hair.
you mean like
she
on
means
the
like.
hair?
Look, I'm not going by what she said. I'm basically so I'm taking it at face value. So, so I think I'm gonna go hair. I think.
I think I'd probably go nails.
Logan's live.
Logan is here.
Oh,
Hey,
here he is.
Logan.
Hey.
Logan.
How are you doing, man?
How are you, Logan? Yeah, mate, we're doing well. Me and Logan seshed out some COD the other day, actually.
Oh, so good.
Nice.
Were you? So Logan, were you playing against Tom or with Tom? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you just say unfortunately? Nice. Okay, what you?
I was smashing it out with the shotgun, mate. Smashing
he's slandering you here, man. Fair enough, man. What have you been up to today, Logan?
Game. But other than that, yeah.
What have you been up to, Logan? Sorry, we didn't hear that.
Oh, I've just been playing Xbox, really.
Oh, respect.
Nothing else I can do.
Nice. You smashing
But
out
yeah.
COD?
Sorry, what was that? Like, it
You
keeps on
smashing
cutting
out
out.
COD then? Are you getting better and better? Rising up the leagues?
Obviously. I'm like the best of the best.
Obviously.
Are you like peak league now?
No, I don't even know. I just play if I'm bored.
Man's so good
Pretty
he
much
doesn't
it.
even pay attention to his level.
So, Logan, Maisie just posted a would you rather. She said, would you rather...
Yeah.
What was it again?
It was, would you rather not cut your nails for a year or not wash your hair for a year?
What would you say?
What's your answer?
Toenails.
Why?
Toenails.
Tell us why.
Right.
Because people don't really see your feet, but they see your hair.
But we're talking all the nails, so your fingernails
your
as well.
hands.
Oh, still fingernails and toenails.
Okay. Do you reckon after the year you just go, oh, screw it, I'm going for the world record now?
Nah. I've seen the world record for it and it looks grim.
Also, I feel like, Logan, you are quite a meme in yourself, so I feel like it would make you more meme-worthy to
Yeah.
not cut your nails.
Maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
Oh, that's really good.
I
Okay,
mean,
so last
They're
question,
just
Logan.
fingernails. I
What
don't really care
piece
about
of-
them.
Nice. So what piece of advice would you give to the chat in this week or this coming week?
Stay positive.
Hey.
So good. How do people do
Don't
that?
give up.
What was that? Say it again.
Stay positive and don't give up.
Stay positive and don't give up. Those are amazing final words. Well, thank you so
Yeah.
much, Logan,
That
for
impacted
joining
me,
us.
Logan.
It's
Wow.
it's been so good to see you. It's great to see your face.
Amazing.
And,
I
yeah.
could just see James standing up.
Nice one, man. We'll
Yeah.
catch you on the flip side, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll
Nice
see
one.
you whenever.
Yes, indeed. Hopefully soon.
Have a good one, mate.
Goodbye, everybody.
Nice.
All right, guys. So we're gonna continue with this would you rather game.
Yeah, let's do it.
We've got some pretty fun ones on here.
Okay, so Tom and Anna, would you rather be hot all the time or cold all the time?
Ooh.
Well, I reckon I'm
Ooh.
probably going to go with cold all the time because then you can like put on more clothes and like hot chocolate
Yeah.
and like soup and
You see, I
everything.
wonder whether is it like, but I think it's about you. Like, it's not about it being cold. Like, can you warm yourself up, or is it some like mystical supernatural?
I would say
thing
hot actually.
happening?
Like I love cold showers and stuff, but I would say hot just because you could get like a tan on and everything. But then again, would you get like sunburn? I don't know. Would it be from the
don't know.
sun? Why would you be
I don't
hot?
know. This
know.
this question is too vague.
Yeah.
Fair
What's your
enough.
answer, Josh?
What's my answer? I think cold because I don't really feel the cold. But maybe I would if then I felt
Yeah,
cold.
yeah.
Whoa. This is too confusing. This is too...
Esther and Jess says
Yeah, no,
they
there's-
feel hot all the time already and they hate it.
Yeah.
So cold. That's fair enough.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm with you on
Yeah.
that. Okay, well, what
Okay.
about...
Logan says cold as well.
Yeah, you...
I'll
Maisie
go for
hates
next.
the summer, so she's cold. Yeah. Respect.
Okay, would you rather not be able to stop dancing or not be able to stop singing?
Oh.
I can't dance to save my life, so.
Nor can I.
But the question, you see, again, the question rises: is do you lose your voice? Do you get tired? Or
I don't know.
is it just
how
like?
are you supposed to sleep whilst dancing or singing?
That's a good point.
Are we saying that it's like whilst you're not sleeping? Because
I don't know.
Otherwise, I feel like you would die.
Yeah,
lack of
maybe.
sleep.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't think these questions were meant to be that morbid, but
Yeah. I'd probably say dancing, just because I've got sick dance moves.
man's a dancer.
Yeah.
Have you seen this guy in the club?
I'd probably say singing because I sing quite a lot of the time
Yeah.
anyway, and I cannot dance to
Same.
save my life.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. We've got a fairly different spread here. We've got dancing, singing, dancing,
Yeah.
singing. I could get fit.
That's a really good point. It's
That's
good
the point.
exercise, right? Singing just hurts your voice. So.
Well, I mean, it works the abs.
It does what
You're singing
yeah.
constantly. You're going to be 8-pack for days.
Maisie says, I don't want to listen to myself singing. Thank you very much. That's, me too.
Yeah.
So dancing.
Okay.
Are you saying you don't want to listen to Maisie singing?
No, well, probably not. to be
Wow.
honest.
Wow.
But that's just from what you said.
Right
Like, you might be a good singer. Anyway, next question.
Okay.
Yeah?
Would you rather have to jump everywhere you go, or only be able to walk on your hands?
Jump.
Oh, yeah, I'd say jump. Yeah.
Like, our feet were made for a purpose. So, like,
Ooh.
I feel like if you're walking on your hands, then it's just like, what are you doing?
But like, let's face it, you would get such great abs from walking on your hands.
Yeah,
all
that's
day.
a really good point.
You would.
Yeah.
But I can't pick stuff up with my feet though.
Yeah, I think
Everyone's
jumping
saying
as well.
jump.
Yeah,
Jump,
I think
jump,
jump,
jump.
is the good answer there.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I think we're in agreement on that one.
Yeah,
Play it.
I think so. I reckon so.
Yeah. Go
Tom,
on.
you shoot the next one.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so would you rather eat your favorite meal for every meal for the rest of your life? So every single meal for the rest of your life
And
is your
like,
favorite.
there's no cop outs. Like, you literally have to have it for every meal: breakfast, lunch, dinner, like snacks.
Yeah. Your
Everything.
favorite meal for every single meal, or would you rather never be able to eat that favorite meal again?
I feel
Would
like
you rather
anyone.
eat the favorite meal every single time or never again?
Yeah. I feel like anyone that says the first is chatting nonsense.
Oh yeah, tell us why. Tell
Yeah.
us why.
Because like there is always too much of a good thing. Right?
Yeah.
So your favorite meal will eventually not be
Yeah,
your
I
favorite
agree.
meal.
I agree.
Like, after a week, you'd probably be bored of it. But
Yeah.
then, if by that point you then don't like it anymore, do you then get a new favorite meal? This is the
Yeah.
question.
Daniel made a really good point. He said favorite meal because it changes a lot, right?
Yeah. Oh, we found a loophole.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
all
think,
right.
I mean, I'd go with not being able to eat my favorite meal
Yeah,
because
I'm the
I don't actually have a favorite meal. Like, I can never decide
Yeah.
what it is. So,
Yes.
like, and there are
Every-
a lot of foods I like, and I just get bored.
Yeah.
Everyone's pretty much saying never be able to eat the favorite meal again.
Yeah.
So I think we're all pretty much in
I
agreement
think
there. Yeah.
Dan, you are pretty genius for coming up with a loophole. Though that's very.
Dan is
good.
pretty smart, to be fair, from what I've seen.
Lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak.
Ooh.
I mean, this one's hard because I don't know whether you know, but I love reading. Also, like, if you couldn't read, it'd be so hard to like read signs when you're driving, like
Yeah,
to do any work.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, like, I love talking.
I know. Yeah.
Like,
Wow. Wow.
no, I think I'd probably have to lose the ability to speak because although I'd hate it, at least I'd still be able to do so much of my life that
Yeah.
revolves around reading. Like, I wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
drive
Okay. So
Everyone's saying read, pretty much.
does that mean not read, or does that mean you want to keep read?
I don't know.
I think I would say lose the ability to read because
Well, you wouldn't be able to read the Bible, though.
audiobooks, bro.
Ooh.
But you like
I guess
wouldn't
so,
be able to drive because you couldn't read any of the road signs. You wouldn't be able to
Yeah,
get
but I
any
mean they're
work
all
done.
pictures anyway.
You wouldn't, you wouldn't be able to get like any work done or whatever. Like, you wouldn't be
Oh,
able
that's
to
the.
read
You see, that's the question. Can you still write?
I mean, you
So
can
you write,
can't
but you
read
have
what you're
no idea what you're
writing.
writing.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
What? These are weird.
Would you even know what
dilemmas.
you're writing? It's just hieroglyphics at this point. Okay, I think we'll do two
Everybody's pretty much saying, I think.
And of course,
Oh,
if
Maisie
you've
said
got
speak,
any
but-
other
Not
would you
speak.
rather's, do drop them
Not
in the chat.
speak. Okay, that's interesting.
Fair play.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, I would lose
Okay.
my voice.
Have we? I don't think we've actually had any questions.
No, I
we'll
haven't
do
seen
two
Guys,
more.
drop some would you rathers in the chat.
We're
Make
gonna
sure
do two
it's, like,
more. So
make sure it's appropriate, yeah?
Yeah,
'Cause
100%.
we, like, honestly, just don't be edgy.
Okay.
It's not worth it. So yeah, drop some in the chat. Give us some. Like, give everybody some.
Okay.
Everybody has a would
Which
you
one are you
rather
going
question.
for?
I don't know. I'm trying to consider. Would you? Okay, that's interesting.
Go for it.
Oh, hang on. You can get
Oh, okay,
Oh,
that's
right.
a good one. All right, I'll go for that. Would you rather
robot things.
have unlimited international first class tickets, or never have to pay for food at restaurants?
This one's so hard
I
because
feel like
it's
this is kind of travel versus food, I think, but
yeah, because I feel like if you never had to pay for food at restaurants, like you could eat at restaurants for every meal, and then you would save enough on your food that you'd probably be able to afford to travel.
that's a good point. That is a good point. A lot of my money goes on food.
But then I love cooking. So like, would I actually take advantage of that? I don't know.
Yeah, because it only says at restaurants, so you'd still be buying groceries.
Yeah.
It depends how much you want to travel the world, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I think I'd probably go with unlimited travel. But then
Yeah.
I've still got to pay for accommodation and food. I don't know. This one's so
The
hard.
thing is, yeah, like I would probably say food just because like it's such a big part of
Yeah, I
my
think I would as well.
existence. Yeah. And I mean, travel, like I don't really travel.
I think
No,
I'd
neither
probably,
would I.
I think I'd
Neither do
probably
I.
go with the travel. And I mean, also, it's like it's first class everywhere
Yeah.
you want to go.
And also, I mean, in terms of accommodation, you've got unlimited tickets here. So you just get on a plane and sleep in first class every night.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
And also, like, quite often when you're buying a first class plane ticket, they have like accommodation at the airport that's sometimes included in that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
do.
and
Actually,
also food would be included.
That's a good point because first class includes like the pengest foods you could possibly.
Yeah,
have.
I think
A
I've
lot
got
of
to
the
go with the travel. I've got to go
And,
with the travel.
Yeah, it includes the lounge, right? The
Yeah.
airport lounge where you can just
Yeah.
get like unlimited like
Yeah.
buffets and that. So
Yeah. I think I'd go food.
I think I'd go
I just
travel.
like food too much. It would just be constant Nando's. I'm aware of it. But,
cool.
okay, one more.
One more, and then we're gonna
I don't think we've got any. So,
Okay.
we're gonna transition after that to
invisibility. Or, in fact, I'm going to add a third to this one.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Just to
okay.
keep it spicy.
Okay, spicy.
Okay.
Invisibility, flying, or teleportation.
Right. Oh, okay.
So I feel like it would be a really easy choice for me between invisibility and flying. Like, I'd definitely go with the flying.
Yeah.
Oh, you
But-
see, invisibility is immediately off the list for me.
But flying or teleportation, that is the question. Like,
Flying is amazing and that. Like, it would be incredible to be able to fly. But, like,
Wait.
teleportation is you think of somewhere and
Yeah.
you're there.
yeah, like you'd be
With,
able to travel everywhere. Like, I
Yeah.
would be able to like get up late and still make it.
Yeah. You get up 3
good
minutes
point.
before work.
Yeah.
Freaking fantastic.
You know, I mean, it's got to be the teleportation.
Yeah.
I would like err on the side of invisibility if that meant you can like turn it on and off. I assume that does, right?
Yeah, it's not constant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, because you could go anywhere in the world if you're invisible, right? You could just hop on a plane and nobody would know you're there,
You
right?
could do, but then you could do the same with teleportation or flying.
But you would also get the added perks of being invisible, which means you can basically get in anywhere. Like you get into any bar, club. Well, obviously, like you probably wouldn't want to do it anyway. But like, you know, you could just do whatever you want. Literally
could do,
any
yeah.
place. You could go meet the Queen.
You could go meet the Queen. I mean, you wouldn't be able to meet the Queen. Can you imagine if you were invisible and walked up behind the Queen, just like, hello?
Or you could go see like your favorite artist. Do you know what I mean?
Also, like, if you're
Favorite
invisible, can you be heard? This is the
Kanye West.
question.
Go meet Kanye.
Yeah, it's not invincible. It's just invisible. So, like, if someone... Yeah, in fact, that's actually a good point. I feel like you would get hit in the face a lot because people just don't know you're there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And like people would try to walk through you
Yeah. Yeah, that's
and
it.
stuff. Like
yeah.
it's got to be
You're
the
still,
teleportation.
You're still tangible. Are we... Hello, James. Hello. This beautiful man's off stage. Are we... What? Are we ready?
I think we're about to transition.
Fabulous. We're going to do a wee little item.
Yeah.
An
But we're
item.
not going to do an item. We've got an item.
We've got an item. It's absolutely amazing.
It is.
Um,
And then we'll be talking to Mr. James Curd, who's going to share a little message with us. So let's have a little jumpy into this item.
do it.
And we
Yeah,
will
let's
catch you
go.
on the flip side.
Awesome. See you guys soon.
see you guys soon.
In the crushing, in the pressing, you are making new wine. In the soil I now surrender, you are breaking new ground. So I yield to you and to your careful hand. When I trust you, I don't need to understand. So make me a vessel, make me an offering, make me whatever you want me to be. I came here with nothing, but all you have given me. Jesus, bring new wine out of me. Jesus, bring new wine out of me. In the crushing, in the pressing, you are making new wine. In the soil I now surrender, you are breaking new ground. You are breaking new ground. So make me a vessel, make me an offering, make me whatever you want me to be. I came here with nothing, but all you have given me. Jesus, bring new wine out of me. Jesus, bring new wine out of me. Jesus, bring new wine out of me. 'Cause where there is new wine, there is new power, there is new freedom, and the kingdom is here. I lay down my old flames to carry your new fire today. 'Cause where there is new wine, there is new power, there is new freedom, and the kingdom is here. I lay down my old flame to carry your new fire today. So make me a vessel, make me an offering, make me whatever you want me to be. I came here with nothing, but all you have given me. Jesus, bring new wine out of me. Jesus, bring new wine out of me. Jesus, bring new wine out of me.
Amazing. How good was that? So good. I love that item. I love that song. New Wine. If you haven't heard it before, New Wine by Hillsong is an amazing song. And hey, I just want to give my welcome to you tonight, to Verve Youth Online tonight. It's amazing having you guys with us again. I hope you guys are doing amazing, having a great time. Thank you to the team for those games. I enjoyed that. I thought it was a lot of fun. But hey, I'm going to jump into something tonight, and it's something that I've been feeling and thinking about for a little while, and goes on a little bit if you were with us from last week. Basically, it's Jamie was speaking a little bit about this, about being bold, and so it's really kind of stuck with me, and it's kind of gone to my heart, and it's something that I want to share tonight. And so we've got a 2-week kind of like mini series for this Friday and next Friday, and basically it is called Living Bold. And tonight is part 1 of Living Bold. I'll try and get it up. But yeah, so tonight is part 1 of Living Bold. And basically, like I said, it's about living, well, as the name says, it's about living bold. And yeah, so it's a 2-week series that we're going to be looking at. Next week, we'll have a bit more of a discussion about this. But tonight is part 1 of Living Bold. And I've got a kind of sub name, if you want to call it that, and that is boldness on the inside. And basically, you know, for me, boldness is a big thing. Like I love the thought of boldness, of being bold, stepping up, being courageous. And, you know, we're going to be chatting about this and discussing this a little bit. And so, you know, for me, when I was kind of preparing this, I thought of a funny kind of story from primary school when I was growing up. And this is when I was in about year 3, year 4. So I was probably about like 8, 9 years old. And I remember this one time, it was quite funny how, it was probably a little bit before summertime. So it's kind of sunny weather, a bit like now where you get the days which are sunny and warm. And basically, but what we would do in our school is, even though it's warm outside, we'll still have our lunch in like the food hall, whatever you want to call it. And basically myself and people in my class and a couple of other classes were like, well, no, we want to eat outside. So normally at the time when we walk over to the food hall, what we did is my class and a couple of other classes is we went onto this grass patch in the school and sat down, and we're like, we're not going to move, we're not going anywhere because we are having lunch here today. And you got these like, you know, 8, 9-year-olds sitting there saying, we're not going to move, we won't be moved. In reality, like, well, for me in my head, it felt like we were there for like 10, 15 minutes. In reality, we were probably there for like 5 seconds, 10 seconds. But, you know, for us, it felt like we're being bold, we're being rebellious, and we did get into a little bit of trouble because of that. But the question is, was I being bold in that moment by saying, I'm not going to listen to my teachers, I'm going to have lunch on the grass? Probably wasn't a bold thing. It was probably more of just a rebellious thing. But I tend to find that's quite funny. But I really think, you know, being bold and everything that's been going on lately in society with Black Lives Matter, and so much stuff going on recently is, you know, a lot of it kind of relates to free speech. I feel like a lot of people say you got to speak out against this and go against this. And I find that, you know, we're in an age now where we're encouraged to speak out, we're encouraged to have free speech, and to say what we believe, say what we feel. But I tend to find that in reality, what actually happens is that actually we tend to just follow the trends around us. We tend to follow the people around us and what's going on. And sometimes, I don't know about you, but I find myself following the crowd. You know, I see something cool, I hear what people are doing, and sometimes I can jump on top of that because I'm like, oh yeah, well, that's the cool thing to do, so I'll just do that. And we tend to find ourselves just following the person in front of us or following the people around us, but not necessarily, you know, being, actually, is this something that I do want to follow? Is this something that I want to be a part of? And sometimes I think we can find ourselves in that situation just following something for the sake of following it. And, we find ourselves in a culture where we have to follow certain trends, we have to think a certain way, or we have to look a certain way. But actually, I believe that, we've been called to be bold. God's called us to be bold and stand up and go against the grain, not have to follow the crowd, follow, what's going on in the world, just follow, our friends and trends and stuff. But actually, God wants us to stand up and be bold in our lives. And so, like I said, the subtitle of today is Boldness on the Inside. And, I really believe that actually boldness starts with our thoughts and the way we think about stuff, and then it goes into actions. It says in Romans 12:2, it says, don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you from the inside. But let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. For me, what really stands out from this verse is that God's will for us is to be bold and to step out. It's not to just be part of the crowd, just be a number in a crowd, or, just kind of attach ourselves or follow the things going on around us. But actually, God wants us to step up and step out of where we are. And I tend to find that when we do make a decision to be bold and we do choose to step up, that's where the excitement comes from. That's where the adventure comes from. That's where the fun and the joy in life comes from. But, maybe you find yourselves in a not so fun situation. Maybe you're bored in life. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just bored. I'm just going to school. I'm just part of this, part of that. And you're like, I'm just a bit bored. I'm just not really feeling the energy and the passion, the joy that God says that I'm going to have in my life because I'm a Christian. But actually, maybe it's time to stand up and say, actually, am I bored because I'm just following people around me? Am I just following things around me? Or could I choose to be bold and stand up and be like, actually, I'm not going to follow my friends for what they're doing. I'm not going to just do this because they're doing that. But actually, I'm going to voice, what I believe and what I do. And I'm going to be bold. I'm going to stand against, what's going on. And maybe for some people that is, saying that you are a Christian in a group of friends who aren't Christians. Maybe it's doing or maybe not doing something that the people around you are doing, and actually God wants us to be bold and stand up in that. I think it's also breaking out of the trends of what might have been going on in our lives or going on in, the lives of the people around you. Maybe you find yourselves in a friendship group where maybe they tend to go out a lot, and maybe they go to parties a lot, maybe they just find themselves doing stuff which isn't necessarily the right thing to be doing, but you find yourself just doing it because your friends are doing it. You feel a bit of peer pressure. But actually we can choose to be bold and stand against this. Another thing, which in another translation of Romans 12:2, it says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And in another verse, it says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And I really, like I said before, I really believe that boldness starts in our thoughts and how we think about stuff. It's not always being bold in the actions that we're doing, but actually, there's a seed that starts in our mind of saying, actually, I'm going to be bold and I'm going to stand up. And it's from choosing to be bold in what we think, and then that overflows into the actions that we do. And I just want to, I want to ask you tonight, what are the thoughts that you have? How is your life right now? Do you find yourself following stuff or just doing things because the people around you are doing it? And do you think boldly? What are your thoughts like? If you were to kind of, spill out your thoughts and spill out your kind of ideas and questions that go on in your mind. I don't know about you, but I feel like my mind's always just shooting around with different ideas and stuff. If we were to unpackage your thoughts, would they be bold thoughts? Would they be bold questions that you were thinking? And I've got a few bold questions to ask tonight to kind of get that in process of where we can ask ourselves, am I being bold? We can check ourselves. Like with a car, you have an MOT check. Sometimes it's important to step back and check ourselves for how we are. So I've got three real quick questions. So the first question is, what crowds or trends am I following? And like I said, it's a great opportunity right now with things kind of slowing down a bit with COVID and, not everything is going on at full pace like it is before. It's a great opportunity to step back out of, what we're doing, how we approach stuff. I think actually, what am I following? What am I doing? Are people around me influencing me? And if they are influencing me, is that in a good way or is that a bad way? Am I having a positive effect on people's lives, or am I having a negative effect on people's lives and the people around me? So that's a big question. What crowds or trends or thoughts or actions are you following right now? Question number 2 is, do I have the ability to step out of that crowd, or do I have the ability to go against the grain? Sometimes it's hard. I get it. Growing up surrounded by people who probably aren't Christians, and they probably do stuff which you shouldn't be doing, you wouldn't want to do, but maybe you find yourself doing it anyway. And I think sometimes it's the hard decision of saying no to some of those things, and it can be hard, it can be awkward. You can just feel like that guy or that girl who just doesn't want to do that thing, and you can feel like you stick out like a sore thumb. But actually, do we have the ability to say no to these things? Do we have the ability to stand up for what we believe is wrong, or for what we believe isn't God's best for our lives, and say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to think that way. I'm not going to smoke that. I'm not going to drink that. Whatever is in your life right now, whatever your friends are doing in your life right now, do you have the ability to say no to those things? So number 1 was, what crowds or trends are you following? Number 2 was, do you have the ability to step out of the crowd? Do you have the ability to go against the grain? And then my last question is, am I strong enough to be bold on my own? And I don't know about you, but for me, I found in my life that sometimes I can just get so caught up in what I'm doing, or caught up in the things around me, the things I'm involved in, and I tend to forget that God's with me in every situation, in every moment, and I tend to find myself just doing things through my own strength and by my own strength, and trying to stand up against these things. I remember being in secondary school, and being surrounded by people who, they went out to parties, they got drunk, they had sex, they did drugs, all these kind of things. Luckily, I never got involved in those kind of things. But, I wouldn't necessarily be kind of actively saying to them, I'm not sure if those things are good for you guys. I'm not sure if taking drugs is good for you. I'm not sure if sleeping around is the best thing you should be doing right now. I didn't have the boldness to do that. But actually, I think sometimes if we realize that God is with us in every situation, in every moment, then he can give us the strength to do that. And I'm not saying you have to start a riot and a protest against your friends saying, no, don't do that, don't have this. But sometimes all it is just remembering that God is with you. And maybe when you find yourselves in those situations where temptation creeps in, and maybe you're tempted to go down those avenues of things which you shouldn't really be doing, and God will give you the strength in those situations to say no. He'll give you the strength and the ability to stand up against those things, because God will be telling you, no, don't take that, don't have that, don't go there, because I have a better life for you, I have a better way for you, and it doesn't involve that. So I think if we involve God in the situation in our lives in every moment, then actually he's going to help make us bold for when those situations do come. Because I think we all come to crossroads in our lives every now and then where we have to make decisions for stuff, and sometimes we can get tempted to go a certain way or do a certain thing which isn't going to be God's best for our lives. And so I think it's important that we remember God is with us, and all we have to do is call upon God, call upon the Holy Spirit, and say, God, I need your help, I need your guidance right now. So those are the 3 questions. What crowds or trends are you following? Number 2, do you have the ability to stand up in the crowd and go against the grain? And the 3rd question, are you strong enough to be bold on your own? And I'm going to pray in a second, and I invite you to join me. If you're here today in the stream, you're saying, James, I find myself not being bold sometimes, or I find myself, it's hard to not follow the things that my friends are doing, or do the things that my friends are doing. And you find yourself needing an extra strength or something to help you be bold in those situations and say no to those things and go against the grain or stand out in the crowd. And so I'm going to be praying in a second for God to help us and for him to just inject himself into our lives. And so if that's you right now, feel free to join me in this prayer wherever you are. You can close your eyes, you can bow your head, you can do whatever you need to do to feel comfortable when you're praying. And I'm just going to pray real quick, and wherever you are when I finish, feel free to say amen with me, whether that's out loud, you can shout as loud as you want, or you can just say in your head, you can type it in the chat, wherever you want to do it. So we're just going to pray right now. God, I thank you that you are the perfect example of boldness, God, that you are literally, the definition of boldness, God. And we thank you that you can be our strength in boldness, God. We thank you that you've called us to live bold lives and not live boring lives and not live lives where we're just following other people for the sake of following them. But God, you've called us to an incredible life where we can, go forwards and not have to be worried about the influences around us, God. And we just pray that you come into our hearts and come into our lives and come into our minds, God. Help us to include you in our thoughts, include you in our prayers, and include you in our situations, God. And we just really ask for your strength in this season, God, and further ahead, God. We just pray that you are with us. Give us the boldness to say no. Give us the boldness to stand up, God. We thank you so much. We love you. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. So cool. Well, hey, thank you guys for joining us. I'm going to pass over to the guys right now, and they are going to, if you respond to that prayer, amazing. And Josh is going to tell us how we can not just make it a moment, but actually, make it more than a moment and make it a change in your life. So I'm going to pass over to the guys right now.
So good. It's such an incredible message. It's great to be bold in your life. And I love what James was saying at the beginning there about the fact that boldness does not equal rebellion. I think
definitely.
a lot of the time we can see boldness as I need to go against the grain, I need to go against the man, against everything that's going on. But actually, to be able to stand up for what is right and be able to stand up for the law and stand up for your friends and stand up for what the Bible says shows a true level of boldness that we really need to kind of ascertain to get to. And I really want to encourage you that if you resonate with that, if you want to take your next step, I encourage your first bold step to be contact your youth leader. Contact the person who is in your group, who is your youth leader, and they'll be so willing to start that conversation and talk to you about what kind of that means and about what that means for you and what your next step can be. If you're not in a group, we really encourage you to get in a group, message any of the youth leaders at all. 100%.
Get you involved.
That's it. Message us, message James, Jess.
Tell your mates as well.
Yeah, 100%. Tell your mates.
Yeah.
We love to get people involved, and we want to see more people kind of step into this space where we can
if you're
open
not in a group
conversation.
and would like to be, just DM our Instagram page, which is @verve.youth. Just basically saying you want to get involved, and someone will get back to you as soon as possible and get you involved in a group, because they're really awesome and we would love you to be a part of it.
Definitely. Yeah. So what will be coming up next?
So on Sunday we have Church Online Youth Edition at 4 p.m. So that's going to be here on YouTube as well. And it will just kind of like have some worship, go through a message, and have a bit of fun, because what is youth without having a bit of craziness?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it's a mad thing.
It is a mad thing.
For the people who've been here since the start.
Yeah. If you were here, you know what that means.
Cool, guys. Well, it's been great hanging out with you all.
Yeah, totally.
We're going to shoot off now, but we hope you have an amazing week.
We do.
Yeah.
And we'll see you very soon. Sunday. We'll see you Sunday.
Yeah, see you Sunday at 4 p.m.
4 p.m. It's going to be a mad thing. Yes.
Yes, that's
mad thing.
See you.
Yep.
See you later, guys.
Yeah. Have a great week.
Yeah. Listen, man.
reason you haven't felt it is because it doesn't exist. What you call love was invented by guys like me.
Is that right?
Are you sure about it?
must be hard being a man, too.
You're born alone and you die alone, and this world just drops a bunch of rules on top of you to make you forget those facts, but I never forget. Love was invented by guys like me.
I used to dream about love. Of the tall, dark, mysterious kind. I used to dream about love. Of the tall, dark, mysterious kind. I used to dream about love. Of the tall, dark, mysterious kind. I used to dream about love. Of the tall, dark, mysterious kind. I used to dream about love. Of the tall, dark, mysterious kind. I had it all figured out. Even what we
She died when I was 8, and she crawled underneath the porch. To die. To be alone. To die. To be alone.